Thank you.
Welcome. So in here is our collection. This is just the collection from Madagascar. Each drawer is maybe a species or a few species collected throughout the island. It's, you know, you may say, why do we need so many specimens? Well, you'll see here that for this species, it's variable. We have large queens, we have males, we have soldiers. Here's a soldier, oh, that's a queen. Here's a soldier, we have smaller workers, so we need lots to understand that variation, but we also need lots of different collections to understand that variation throughout the entire island, so we can map its distribution. We've been collecting there for 15 years. We were surprised to find 1,000 new species of ants. We've been busy, we've described 408 now new species. With time, we'll hopefully describe all of them. Super time consuming. And ants are small. Look at all these ants. So here's some ones that have been described as new species by a student at UC Davis, Bonnie Blamer. From Madagascar. These are the ants you may know. They have a heart-shaped gaster.
Yes.
They hold it up over their body and they walk around. They're dominant in Madagascar in the canopy. Now it's interesting, in Madagascar we don't have the weaver ant. The weaver ants are found throughout Africa, Asia. They dominate canopies, but in Madagascar, without the weaver ant, Madagascar goes crazy. So
Awesome.
they form big carton nests. They are up in the tree. They look kind of like termite nests, but people say, "Oh, look at this termite nest," but it's not. It's actually Madagascar.
Neat.
Now another big ant is Rubbermaid. Here they are.
Awesome.
Now this is a great example of how unknown the ants are. When I started working there, one of the first groups I revised was Rubbermaid. 70 new species, only 2 were previously described. So look at the difference. 2 described, 70 new species. Now that's really a fauna that we know nothing about.
They have interesting heads.
And they have trap-jaw mandibles. They are like the unique jaguars that hide out, ready to pounce and take down a columella or something. Beautiful, beautiful ants. Huge radiation. It's interesting what ants radiate. You have this group, 70 species that evolve within Madagascar. Other groups, you only have 2 species in Madagascar. Why is that? Why one group radiated, other group just a few? Well, this could have outcompeted that group, but also could be that the other one actually required a different climate, and the climate's changed in Madagascar. Maybe it was actually more abundant in the past when it was colder in Madagascar or wetter in Madagascar. But it's interesting, and we could only figure out really the history of Madagascar by actually understanding the distribution, the species, and we can use that to predict the future. Understanding those dynamics, those niche dynamics, we can actually predict how our impact through climate change, through land transformation, will impact the ant communities. And that's really our goal for this project. It's not just to go, hey, cool, a new species. I love it. You know, it's great to have it in your hand going, wow, a new species. But to turn that into an outcome for Madagascar, how to translate this collection to a portal for actually understanding and deciding how to manage and make decisions in Madagascar is an important outcome. You know, as an entomologist, it's great to hide in a museum. But, you know, we need actually to also think of our impacts, outcomes for conservation, outcomes for sustainability. And that's really important for us because we want more entomologists. We want more people clamoring for more ant lovers. But we're doing ourselves a disservice hiding in a museum talking to nobody. So we gotta find a way to get the word out that we're important. Ants are the glue that holds forests together. But we have to do more than simply describe a new species.
If humans were in the midst of imminent danger due to climate change, do you think we'd see it in the ants first? Would ants be a good signal?
Ants can be the canary in the coal mine telling us about climate change. Why? Because ants turn over quickly. They require a very definitive micro envelope for climate. So When that changes, they have to change or they go extinct. They move up the mountain. They have fast reproduction every year. So they'll tell us what's happening, but we have to be able to see it. And we can't see it unless we can actually use ants as a tool in monitoring. We thought we could early on. We can say, yes, ants are a great tool for monitoring biodiversity surveys, but without knowing the species, we can't use it as a tool. Without taking the time to do the taxonomy, we can't jump ahead and use it as a tool. We're getting close to Madagascar. As I said, we described over 400 new species. So we're almost halfway to understanding the fauna. We're halfway to using it as a tool. And we can do it, but it's going to take a lot more emphasis on the basic biology and translating that to real concerns and outcomes locally. Why does Madagascar care about a new species? Because we can use it to help them decide about where to put a mine, where to put a road, and actually monitor those changes that are happening because of those actions.